Annyeonghaseyo again. Friends, if you haven't already watched part 1, pause here and go back and watch that, and then we can jump into this video. So for this part of the trip, I was staying in the Itaewon Hannam area, which has become one of my favorite neighborhoods in Seoul. And a big part of that is it's home to one of my favorite coffee shops in the entire world. Actually drinking some beans that I got from that coffee shop, so I'll take you there. You already know the deal: food, coffee, wandering around, getting lost, some shopping, and of course photography. So that's enough yapping, let's explore Seoul. Anthracite. Where do I begin? It's like if an art museum mixed with a really good coffee shop with an in-house bakery and was like 3 stories tall. It's one of my favorite coffee shops that one of my friends recommended to me on my first visit, and every time I go to Seoul, I have to make a stop there. They also have really good coffee beans, and if you buy a bag of coffee beans, you get a free drip coffee, which is always super good, so that's definitely a good tip I have. It's just a really chill spot. I think you really have to go there and experience it yourself, but the architecture, the chill vibe, the classical music playing on the speakers, it's just a really nice spot to hang out. I had a roll of Cinestill 800T loaded up in my camera from the night before. I don't normally shoot 800T during the day. It's usually an accident when I still have some shots left from trying to do a night session, and I always love how it turns out. So I embraced it, and I can't believe how these shots turned out. Hyundai Mall is super cool. It's huge, just like so many malls that you'll find in Asia and even in Seoul. But the reason why I really wanted to go was for a couple specific stores. They had a Leica store, which was actually one of the nicest ones that I've been to so far. They also had a Carhartt whip store, which I've been trying to get to forever. And then right next to that, there's actually this really cool Korean streetwear brand called This Never That, which I just love the name. I love a lot of the Korean names that you see around, but I actually picked up this shirt, which is a soccer jersey, and they had some really cool stuff there. So I love streetwear, and especially to go to a local Korean one, it was awesome. Another interesting and cool thing about Korea is They take a lot of Western brands and turn them into clothing brands. An example of this is like National Geographic, which as Americans we think of as like a magazine, but it's like a whole clothing brand there, and also suitcases. So whenever you walk around there, you'll see the Nat Geo logo on people's shirts and backpacks and even shoes. It's crazy. But the same thing applies to Kodak. I think it's called Kodak Style or something. But literally they just take like the Kodak brand and logo and throw it all over a lot of their clothes. And it's like got a pretty good streetwear aspect to it too. So I always try to pick up some stuff for my fellow photography friends, and also for myself. I really love this store called Arket, which is not like a unique store, but they don't have it in the US, unfortunately, because I'd probably buy all my clothes there. And they didn't have one at this mall, so I had to run in there. It's just a super chill and cool mall to check out. And I also checked out the area around, took a couple photos on my way back to my hotel, because that night I was meeting up with my good buddy Stuart. Stuart is an insanely talented photographer and even better dude, so it's really nice to link up with him, see him even though it's too brief. I'll link his channel and his socials below, but you gotta check out his work. So in the Hannam area, besides Anthracite, I wanted to check out a new to me coffee shop called Apartment 33, which is literally a coffee shop basically in an apartment. And oh my god, this is up there. It might be tied with Anthracite for a new favorite coffee shop. It was such a cool little shop. They were baking these really good pastries in the basement down below. And I probably could have had like 10 of them, but it was a really cool spot. And the barista working there and like doing everything, he was so nice. So I'll definitely be back. Staying in Itaewon, Hannam is because there's all these hills and alleys and so many things to explore. So really, I spent a lot of time just walking between places, mostly to get to the metro station and just taking photos and checking out these cool neighborhoods. And the sun was out and really nice that morning, so I got a lot of really good shots that I'm happy with. One of the nice things about Seoul too is just stumbling upon cafes or restaurants that I didn't even know about. Usually there's certain places that I'm trying to specifically go to, but I stumbled upon this place that just looked really nice and it smelled super good and it was decently busy, and it's called Junior Coffee. And man, I'm so happy I stumbled upon this place. I think it's a new location there and that's why there wasn't much information on it. But I got this really good egg croissant and a hibiscus tea, and it was perfect. after fueling up, having a really nice meal, checking out this super cool area, I needed to get to the metro station to get to my main destination for this day, which was the National Museum of Korea. I've always wanted to check it out, so this was the best day to do it. So as I was wandering around, exploring, and following my Naver directions, it took me to this train station, and this is probably the coolest metro station that I've ever seen. There's this dome skylight at the top. There are all these escalators that were crisscrossing from the top story to the bottom. There was a piano with a guy playing beautiful piano the whole time, and it was almost like a movie. Like, it seemed like it was so planned out, but this was just like a random day. It was awesome. So of course I wandered around and took a bunch of photos. It was so cool. So once I finished that up, I finally made my way to the National Museum of Korea, and I spent maybe 2 or 3 hours there. I didn't cover everything, it was so big, but it was really cool to learn a lot of the history of Korea and gave me a lot more context for where the country is today. I'm really happy I did this, and this is definitely a highlight of this trip. And that's where my journey ended. It was a pretty fun trip overall. I was pretty tired by the end, but it's always a great time, and I love visiting Korea so much. And I will already be back there again this year, so stay tuned for what I get up next trip. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And there's a lot of videos that I've already made, but there's even more that are on the way. So I'm trying to get the hang of this YouTube thing. It's a lot of work, but it's super rewarding, and I'm just happy to share this with everyone. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.